Louis Frank, ESPN Magazine. Obviously, you guys know the rules on championships, and Denny had 5 wins coming into this week. He only had 3. All of a sudden, that put more pressure on you to win at these road courses. I was wondering, how much did that figure in, aside from getting your first road course win, not giving away any extra bonus points?
You know, we want the bonus points, but there are times when, I look at Charlotte and trying to really hustle the car when the car was loose and thinking I want bonus points, then I'm wrecked and finish 38th, and I'm like, those 10 points don't mean a damn thing now. I just lost 100 and something points. So, you know, when you can take advantage of things, you need to. And at the beginning of the year, you know, we were clicking them off. Right now, Denny's been clicking them off. And all that said, it's a long time until September. And yes, right now we're 20 points, or I guess 10 points behind him now. And 10 points is leading a lap, and leading the most laps. So it's a good carrot out there, but if I can't chase that. I can't chase that and make mistakes and lose hundreds of points in the process. So I think in May I was just not on the wheel and trying a little too hard, worrying about bonus points, and I've kind of recalibrated now and doing a better job with that, and got the 10 points.
Let's go to Eric, and then we'll go upstairs.
Hey, Eric Brancher, the Santa Rosa Press Democrat. Why was it so important to you to get a road course victory? I've read things, that kind of speaks to, what kind of all-around driver you are, maybe even larger than that. Kind of, you're a little bit too young maybe to talk about a legacy, maybe not. But, I mean, were some of those things tied to getting a road course win for you?
I'd say the bottom line to it is that I love road course racing. I always have. I grew up racing off-road trucks, and they were on road courses with jumps, and made a name for myself in that style of racing. And to come into the Cup Series and not have success early irritated me. And Chad, in general, if there's a track on the schedule, it doesn't matter what design it is. If that's our weak spot, he's going to make it better. So we kind of got in this routine of road course, road course, road course. So that's why today is so special to us and why it has meant so much. I just truly enjoy road course racing. It doesn't matter if it's our stock cars, the Grand Am Series I run in. I'd love to race an IndyCar on a road course someday, or an F1 car. A test like Jeff did would be just insane. So hopefully somebody watching can set that up for me.
Any questions from upstairs?
Please.
This is for Jimmie or Chad, either one of you. Tom Jensen from SpeedTV.com. The last 10 races coming into here, Gibbs Toyotas had won 7 of them. And people have been asking, what's wrong with 48 team? And what's wrong with Hendrick in general? How big is a victory like this for you, especially with those guys finishing 11 was 34th, 18 I guess was 39th. And is this a big momentum swing, or this is just maybe
I think that this win is important and good for us as a team, but it's it's not what it's going to take to win the chase. They're totally different racetracks, and you can't deny the fact that the Gibbs cars are quick on short tracks, big tracks. They have their package refined and working really well right now. So we're competitive. We're a top 5 car. We're not where we want to be yet, and the good thing is that we have time, and we feel that we have a lot of time to get our stuff right. And then on the flip of that, we want to believe that there's a lot of time for them to lose their way. So we know that we haven't been as dominant as we'd like to be. And I think the mistakes that I made and just some bad luck that we had in May made things look a lot worse than they were. You look at the last 2 weeks, we've been in the top 5 and running well, running good. Maybe not dominant, but we're not as bad as it appears. So we just need to work a little bit, and luckily we have some time on our side to get things right for the chase.
Anything further from upstairs?
Yes, A. Ryan, USA Today. For Jimmie, oftentimes at road courses, the only way you're going to pass a guy, especially if he's as good as Marcos, is if he makes a mistake. Were you hoping for a mistake to give you an opportunity to win? And is the mistake that happened, is that the last kind of mistake you expect?
Yeah, for sure. It's the last type of mistake I would expect to see. And that was what I had 2 or 3 turns where I could hopefully stay alongside of him and try to get by him. One restart, we had some lap traffic, and I was hopeful to kind of catch him with the loss of momentum because of what the lappers were doing, and it didn't work out. I really never got alongside of him, but wanted to put as much pressure on him as I could and force him into a mistake. You can kind of count on mistakes with some guys, but I just didn't really think that he would be the one to make a mistake, and was going to push and do what I could. And then to see the mistake happen as it did was totally off the wall. I don't know if I've ever seen that eliminate a guy from winning a race.
Jennifer Iron, Associated Press. Chad or Jimmie, what are your recollections of that 2007 race at Kansas where Biffle appeared to run out of fuel? And Jimmie, I know you passed him and you were confused there at the end.
Yeah, you've got to maintain a reasonable speed. I thought it was pace car speed. So when you look at him coming to a stop, I think it really eliminates the gray area or the discussion of what is a reasonable speed. I think it's NASCAR. If you look at Kansas, they didn't want to take the win away from a guy in that fashion. So he maintained a reasonable speed and that was it. But when you come to a dead stop on the racetrack, I think that changes things. It makes it a totally different. It makes it black and white. Very easy to read the rule at that point.
Anything further upstairs? And we'll finish up here with Mark.
Mark Billingsley from the Be Against for Chad. Jimmie mentioned that you guys took it off the trailer and had a plan. What was it other than to win, obviously? What was that plan?
We really wanted to come out here and just kind of feel out what our new product was. We had shown up in qualifying trim, and we wanted to have Jimmie go out there and get a feel for the track, an aggressive feel, as opposed to getting a feel for the car in race trim, because it's two totally different types of mentality that you have to have here for qualifying and race. So we did that, and we were able to make a significant amount of laps in qualifying trim. So I think that really worked out well for us. Found a direction. We were a little concerned after practice because we weren't quite as fast as what we wanted to be, and Jimmie did a fantastic job of qualifying, really laid down a good lap. And in race trim, we really wanted to stick to our guns of what we had laid out for a plan as far as setup, mileages, things of that nature. And fortunately enough, we were really fast in both race practice sessions. So we were able to just kind of cruise on through and really refine it and nitpick it, as opposed to making big changes.
You were backing him down about a half second in the middle of the race. Is that according to plan or just race nitpick?
You just don't know what's going on with fuel mileage and race pace and what it was looking like. And at that point, the track was really, if you look, the pace was high. We were kicking it pretty hard. Our mileage was a little bit higher than what we had wanted it to be, or lower, I guess I should say. And the traffic was really spread out. And you have to read the track a little bit. And we had, at that point, a 17-second lead or something like that over second place. And I was like, look, we need to back it off, because if this thing does continue to go green, we could put ourselves in an awkward situation come the end of the race. So, you have to read that and call it as you can. And fortunately enough, we were in a position we could do that. And ultimately it was for naught. Obviously the caution came out.
Gentlemen, congratulations. Thank you for your time.